And with me here in the studio is Charlie Winter from the counter-extremism think tank Quilliam. Charlie, thanks for coming in. This is an organisation that talks about ideology but deals in sheer brutality. How do you counter that?
Well, that's the thing. You hit the nail on the head there. It is dealing in sheer brutality. This is exactly part of its media strategy, and the outrage that it's got from the international community is the desired effect. So the fact that it has been condemned widely in Arab countries as well as Western countries isn't a mistake. Islamic State is seeking the oxygen of publicity, seeking this outrage, and it's part of a polarisation strategy, trying to turn people against each other, drive cleavages between countries in the coalition, but also within the countries. So Frank mentioned earlier, between the Jordanian state and the Jordanian population. This is exactly what Islamic State is trying to do. And it's really important that we recognise that this isn't its media strategy backfiring as such.
And as we learned that the young pilot had been killed maybe a month ago, the date that's being reported is the 3rd of January, it does throw the question out there, is it ever worth talking to them, negotiating with them, dealing with them?
Well, I mean, it's been clear to me for a while now that Islamic State never had any intention of releasing Moaz al-Kasasbeh. A number of their propaganda releases that didn't make it into the international media because they didn't have a killing in them, they didn't have a beheading or something like this in them. They actually showed Islamic State talking to, or the propagandists talking to Islamic State fighters who, without fail, said that he had to be killed, that he was an apostate and he had to be killed. So it was clear for some time that Moaz al-Kasasbeh was not going to be released. And the idea of negotiating with Islamic State, I think, has always been a problem. I mean, they won't be worth negotiating with ever. And this,
obviously, the hope is that there'll be some kind of backlash, because this was a man who was described as a devout Sunni Muslim. But IS has calculated, and they're good at publicity and they're good at social media, they've calculated this will bring in more recruits, haven't they? Absolutely.
I mean, we have to remember that there are a lot of Saddam-era people, Saddam Hussein-era people within the ranks of Islamic State, propagandists who know what they're doing, who have been making propaganda for a long time. And this will be a calculated strategy. Obviously, there will be a backlash, but perhaps that backlash is the desired effect.
Well, Charlie Winter, thank you very much. Thank you.